Hello, it's Ashley with At Home with Ashley, and let's get crafty this week. I bought some little heart boxes because we are going to make jewelry boxes that look like vintage cakes. I'm very excited about this. I was in Charleston a few months ago in October, and I saw one for sale, and it was $46, and it was tiny, and I was like, I could probably make this and keep it for my jewelry or have it around as decoration. So today's the day. I'm finally making them and I'm excited. So let's craft together. I have all of my supplies over here, which I'm going to link in my bio. So if you want to make this, I'm going to show you everything. We are going to use little wood boxes, and they come in, the heart ones come in a set of 3 and the round ones come in a set of 2, but they have hardware on them, and we need to frost our cake first. So we're just going to take a little screwdriver and take the hardware off of them so they are naked and ready for frosting. I have my jewelry boxes, and I am just taking this patch and paint, and then I have a spatula that's actually for cake decorating, but it'll clean up nicely so I can keep using it for that. And then I'm just taking the spackle and putting it onto the box and spreading it on. I'm finding it makes more sense to decorate the top from the bottom, because you don't want to put too much spackle so that it doesn't open. That would not be good. And then when you get to the end, you kind of have to put your fingers inside the box so you can go all the way around. I was a little surprised because the spackle isn't sticking super well to the top of the box, so I kind of have to like get it on and push it on hard so it just doesn't lift away. So I don't know if sanding would make this better or if using a paper mache would make it better. It's a little annoying, but once it's on, it's sticking really good. So the next thing I need to do is to take some of the white spackle and add color to it. And at first I was going to do like food coloring, but then I was like, this isn't food. We need to switch over to that it is something permanent. So I'm just going to use some acrylic paint to change the color and mix that all up. And then some of the boxes I'm going to decorate them with the pink spackle instead of the white, just so I have some like different changes, and it'll be fun to like come up with different patterns and stuff on each different box. A few months ago, we made this hutch for my son's playroom. And when I originally thought of the idea, I thought, oh, it would be so cute if it could have like a teapot on it and play dishes for like a play kitchen. But my son doesn't play with it that way, so I used it for his playroom, which is great. But I was like, I'm making these cakes. I might as well show them on that so I can just like see my vision come to life. My brain likes that sort of thing. So I hate the color I painted it. It was a mistake. It's like neon green. So I brought it inside and we are giving it a new paint color today. I'm going more of a minty bluish green and just tone it down. The next thing I'm doing with the cakes is I am taking some clay and I'm putting it in little molds, and I am making these cute bows. And when the clay air dries, it will be nice and hard, and it kind of lightens up as it dries too. So that's good. And I just think this will be really cute to add to the decoration on the outside of the cake. Okay, so we are going to start frosting the top of the cake. So we need to use a piping bag for this. And all you need to do is to put the tip inside the bag, and then you're going to mark on the side where it hits. And on this one, I do it a little bit low, so mark it a little bit closer to the tip. And you kind of just mark it with your fingernail. And then you pull the tip out and cut that spot with scissors. So to fill the piping bag, all you're going to do is you're going to roll over the top, kind of give it a cuff, and then you're going to put your hand inside of it and make it a letter C with your hand. And then you're going to take the spatula, put some frosting or spackle onto the top of it, put it inside the bag, and rub it across your thumb to kind of keep the frosting in the bag and not coming out of it. And you keep doing this until it's full, however much you want it, and then you push the spackle to the bottom of the bag so it's not coming out the back of the bag. Next, I did some practice, which I definitely suggest. I just used these practice boards, and it was also nice to watch some YouTube videos on how other people pipe. I am going to walk you through the steps so you can get a really pretty vintage looking cake. So number one, you start with the tip 1M. This is going to be a big star, and you're going to do the shell motion. So you kind of like go back and forth, and you do that along the bottom edge and the top edge. And you just go all the way around. And if you ever mess up, just use your spatula, scrape it off, and start all over again. Step 2, you're going to take a smaller star tip. I'm using Wilton 18, and you're going to go on the side of that big shell border, and you're going to do a little one. So I just do it on the inside of both of them, so kind of on the top and on the side, and you're just going to follow your way all the way around, do the star motion. If your tip gets dirty, make sure to wipe it off or just put some of the excess back into your bucket so that you're not dragging along extra spackle along the top of the cake. Next, we are going to use a round tip. We're using tip number 3, and we are going to make little swags on the side of the cake. It would be better if you pre-marked where your swags went. For some reason, I thought it would be best to just like eyeball it. And so sometimes I got really even swags and sometimes I didn't. I had a hard time pushing the spackle through for these, so I had to go really slow and I had to wipe them off and start all over again many times. But these are fun because on top of them, I am using some little molds. And this is a really great way to add a lot of definition, even if you're not great at icing. So next I'm going to take tip number 18 again, and at the top of where the box opens, I could kind of see some of the frosting being a little thin. I wanted some more interest there, so I'm doing another shell border all the way around on the side. On the top, you can be really creative and kind of do whatever you want. On my first one, I used the round tip and I traced a star on the top, and then I pushed in some of the little pearl decorations I bought. So push those in. And just a note, don't use normal sprinkles on this because they will melt in the spackle. So make sure to use something that's plastic or that will harden up. On my second cake, what I did on top was I used the 1M piping tip and I did a few swirls, and then I pushed in some fake cherries. For another one of my boxes, I made a clay cameo and put that on top. I also had some roses my grandma made for me, so you can kind of use a whole ton of different things, and it's fun to get creative so that you can make it look really individual for you. Another tip I have is when you are squeezing the spackle onto your cake and icing it, your hand can get really tired. So if you tighten up the end of the bag and twist it, that'll do some of the work for you. So then you just have to push it out, not hold it closed as well. Another piping technique I wanted to try out is using a ruffle look. And so I'm using Wilton tip 104, and it's a little bit of a teardrop shape, and all you do is you wiggle your hand back and forth and you get a really cute ruffle look. And you can use this on a border like I'm doing, you can use it on like swags, and it just is so cute. Definitely adds to that vintagey look. I've been taking a few days to decorate these cakes, and overnight I have been putting the bags into a Ziploc bag, and that has kept them nice and fresh. Before I start piping, I squeeze out a little bit and just throw that bit away because the tip kind of ends up drying out a little bit. Okay, I'm done with my boxes and I am so proud of them. They are so cute. I think this might be my new favorite craft. Like, it's so fun once you get the basic techniques down. I just used 4 different tips. Then you can make a lot of different like colors and configurations and just use that same elements in different ways. It's so fun. I would definitely suggest trying this. I'm using mine like a jewelry box, but you could also use like styrofoam or cardboard and just have them be, you know, prop cakes. Maybe you put it in your kitchen, maybe you put it next to your bed. I don't know. It's cute, but these will definitely be used for storage, and I think they're so adorable. I'm obsessed, and I hope you make these too because they are a very fun project. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know to make more videos just like it, and I would love if you subscribed.